Now, ladies and gentlemen, guess who is back? After 2 weeks of not streaming, I'm streaming again. Everybody, it is so nice to be back. Welcome back to the Swiss001 channel. And we're here today with amazing news. And I'm wearing a cap that makes me look yet again like I'm doing a statement politically. No, it's Emirates. Everybody. We have a new aeroplane for the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it is the Airbus A340-600. Finally, I thought, when I saw this airplane pop up just now in the Microsoft Flight Simulator store. In fact, we've got four new airplanes for the Microsoft Flight Simulator just released today. We've got a 747, a 767, and the A340 and 600. But the thing is, it's by M Scenery. You know, M Scenery, we only recently made a video about M Scenery. They brought out the Ilyushin Il-96, if you remember that. God, that airplane was bad. God, the M Scenery Ilyushin, what was it, Il-96? It was literally ill. It literally made me ill. Like, how can I find it? Il-96. Like, just the photos alone is once again made by M Scenery. I have no idea how it was able to actually get 3 stars. How you doing, Hyper Suomi? How's Hyper Suomi doing?
Hyper Suomi donated €2.
I guess we'll find that out. We'll find that out. So the thing is, the Il-96 by M Scenery, which is their recent airplane, had a cockpit that looked like this. It looked like this. They were kind enough to share what the cockpit looked like in the Microsoft Marketplace store. I do not want to know, though, what the cockpit looks like now with a brand new Airbus and the Boeing series. Yes, they in one day were able to bring out 4 new airplanes, which makes me just doubt that they are in any way... Oh my God, look at that. Look at that 747. It looks sad, and the dangerous thing is that none of these airplanes have cockpits shown. Everybody get ready to grab your wallets and start your engines and get ready for the worst airplanes you've ever seen in your entire life, ladies and gentlemen. Airliners, what simulator? It's obviously Microsoft Flight Sim.
What simulator is this?
Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, and you know, we're here to check out new airplanes that just came out for it by M Scenery, the notoriously bad M Scenery. It is €11 though, which is definitely one of the cheaper add-ons we have here on the store. Let's just buy and download this. I hope I don't... Wait, hold on. Don't you dare leak any information. Oh yeah, that was my PayPal out. Doesn't matter. It generally doesn't matter. All right, hold on. 1 second. While I'm buying. Shut up! I'm buying the airplane as we speak. Oh, okay. There you go. It is mine. How you doing, room tour? How you doing, everybody? I know I had a little bit of double. Shut up.
Donated 2 Swiss francs. What up, Swiss? Did you miss me, you sussy backer?
No. Okay, everybody, it is mine. Hyper Swami. All right, I'll check it out. Maybe it has the Finnair.
€2. If it is Finnair livery, use it and go to EFHK.
Okay, we'll check it out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, once again, the €11 and 19 cents new A340-600 by Scenery. We're gonna have a look at it. I really like the A340-600. It's my most favorite A340. You know, it is nice and it's quick. It has 4 reliable engines. It's only 220 megabytes, so it's probably gonna suck a lot, this airplane. Look, once again, the most recent airplane that this add-on developer came up with didn't have radio. It didn't have autopilot. It didn't have so many of the features that are actually needed to properly fly. Yeah, the L96 really made my wallet cry.
001 donated $2. Hail H, a long time no speaky Swiss, you still manifesting for Daddy to get out of prison. I know you want to get oiled up for us, Daddy, and also buy a pole to dance on for us. We would love that so much, Swiss. Anyways, bye now, big back.
Stop with these donations, dude. This
Nico Ark donated €2. That IL96 really made your wallet cry.
Yeah. So, once again, sorry about those stupid donations. Everybody flying the A340-600, finally the Microsoft Flight Sim. Let's take a look at this add-on, once again, just released by Mr. Scenery. I've just paid €11 for this. I don't know. I mean, I kind of made it back from your donations. I really appreciate it. You guys paid for the aircraft. Look at that. Hey, that kind of made my day a little bit better. That's maybe gonna make the experience a little bit better. So everybody, once again, downloading this plane, which does not have any more pictures than this. Plane is not free. I literally just said that it costs €11 and 19 cents. Do you have ears?
Donated $2.
I mean, you might be deaf though.
Is plan free?
It's true. Plan is not free. All right, let's take a look. So, ladies and gentlemen, Scenery is way worse than Captain Sim. Yeah, it is the worst. Like, they make the worst products. I'm not going in with this. Helen and Jonathan, A340 doesn't suck like Latin VFR. It's going to suck more than Latin VFR. Latin VFR is the guys who also made an A340, but not the 600. I like how the A340-300 has the wrong engines. It kind of does, though. It kind of does have 2, you know,
that's nice
underpowered engines.
I like how the A340-300 has the wrong engines.
Now stop donating. I want to talk. Now, for some reason here, the Microsoft Flight Sim is kind of... Stop! I want to talk. Let me talk, okay? Kaylee Hivalia. All right. So, I really want to read the text here. All I can read is... Oh, wait. Airbus A340-600 Professional. Everybody, this is a professional add-on. 600 Professional. Highly detailed model for Microsoft Flight Sim. Experience the pinnacle of flight simulation with the Airbus A340-600 Professional, an ultra-realistic add-on for Microsoft Flight Sim. This meticulously crafted model delivers unparalleled accuracy and immersion. Perfect for aviation enthusiasts and virtual... This is gonna suck. Key features. Fully animated aircraft. What does that mean? Every moving part from flight controls to cockpit switches has been precisely modeled. Oh my god, stop donating this. I'm gonna skip this donation.
Aviation donated €2 and 49 cents.
Oh my god. Stop. Highly detailed exterior and interior, authentic textures, optimized performance, 4K to 8K PBR materials. Okay. Featuring an advanced aluminum alloy composite airframe. Okay, so let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen. The A340-600, the plane that at one point had the longest range ever. Yeah, let's just take a look. I really want to see, do they have the Qatar livery included? That would be kind of cool. All right, world map. Let's take a look. A340, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is the A340-300 made by Latin VFR, smaller variant, more sucky variant. The A340-600 is the one that we really want. Now, Qatar is the only livery we have. We only have one livery. But I mean, this add-on is only 11 euros. You can buy more livery. Right, so one livery. Hey, that's the start. Let's just spawn into a random airport. Let's just spawn to Gibraltar and just, you know, take a look at what this airplane looks like. It can't be that bad, right? It really can't be that bad. Let's just press fly and see what happens. The A320neo incorporates two... Oh, that's great. Hey, look. The A320neo. We got... Stop.
Aviation donated €2.49. HHH.
The A320neo began operation in 2014. Now, why am I finding this funny? The reason why this airplane probably has text about the A320neo is because it probably has the flight model of the A320neo, and they just put the textures of the A340 onto the A320neo. And so this plane probably will have the performance of the A320neo. And so that's interesting. So let's take a look. This is a view of the A340-600 by M Scenery. We already get into the cockpit. For some reason, can you see that? Why is it all like flashing and stuff? Can you see that? I don't know if the stream works that well. If you like zoom on your phone like here, it's not looking good, brev. It's not looking good, brev, at all.
Swoozle donated $2. Hey Swiss, did you get the hair transplant yet?
Oh, shut up. Is that even the... Look. All right, so this is right here. The MCDU of the A3... it could be. You know what? It is probably this. No, that is actually a good MCDU. The MCDU works. That is the MCDU, and this is what it's supposed to look like. It's all just flickery, though. Can you see the flickering going on? Can you see the flickering? So yeah, MCDU, at least that is like a correct airplane. So yeah, it is a big calculator after all. It's just a flight computer. That's exactly the point. Okay, so a weird flickering going on here. Why is that? Why is it all flickering? Can you see that? All right, anyway, let's get into the outside view. Why is this not working? Outside view, please. I can't get into outside view. Why the fuck? Oh, why is this plane on? Help? Wait, why is this why is the plane on? I didn't turn on anything.
Donated €2.49. Hey, hair transplant 001. Can you turn back to cringe 001?
Oh my god, please get the hell out of here. Get a job, you know, but get employed. Okay. So one funny thing about this plane is, well, it's the pencil Airbus. It looks like a pencil, and that's kind of nice. It almost looks too long. And what I hate about this is that this is obviously copied from the A320 series aircraft, which is right there, right? It's obviously just a copied model, but they didn't change the dimension to the camera. What I mean by that is that this airplane, this is like fully zoomed out, and a plane of this size shouldn't have the, you know, look, when you zoom in, you zoom, like, this is just odd. This camera view is odd. But hey, that is just a start. You know what? The modeling is not good, but it definitely isn't the worst. But look at, oh my god, what in the hell? What is this? Why are the brakes black? What is that all about, sir? What is that?
Roomto donated $2.52.
What?
Swiss oil up for us and shake that booty, shake it every day. We want you to listen to the Thick of It by KSI and watch top 10 Sigma Big Brain moments in Amogus on YouTube.
Oh my god. This is just insane.
Aviation donated €2.49. I have a job in the Luftwaffe, good sir. Sibau, Wilter flower emoji.
Oh, stop donating. Please let me talk. You guys are giving way too much money for this bad live stream right here. Hello from the Czech Republic. Look at this.
A340 to Prague LKPR.
I should do some flying to Prague. It's an interesting airport. Look at the black brakes. Why are they black?
Acosta donated $2. Hey, let's Swiss 001 stream. Shut up.
Stop! Let me just actually genuinely talk.
50 Czech korun. I have cancer from machinery. I would rather give $20 to some random Indian scammer than supporting this lobotomy and flight sim add-on form. Love you, daddy.
Oh my god, please let me just talk, okay? Let just genuinely important. I'm kind of like, thanks for your support, but the thing is, you know, this airplane, like, from the start doesn't look great. Like, first of all, the windows are black. The brakes are black. Why are they black? They're not supposed to be black. They're supposed to be translucent. The brakes are supposed to be like sort of silvery, whitish. Why is the brakes also like when you get like really close to the airplane? I'm pretty sure the whole landing gear. It's just, oh my god, this might just be the worst designed the worst quality landing gear we've ever seen. Look, it's like oiled up kind of. There's no profile in that landing gear. Who thought it would be a great idea to get the landing gear to be like genuinely the tires of a kart, you know, Mario Kart thing? What the hell? Why is it like a go-kart? Also, like the main landing gear texturing is just so bad. Like genuinely, just for a
£1.99.
stop.
I Swiss.
Look at that. That looks just properly hideous. I'm gonna turn donations off in a second if you guys don't stop. I need to talk. Look at the landing gear door.
Gorgeous. Feeling generous today. $2.
Thanks. I'm not gonna redeem it. Look at that. We've got a landing gear door that doesn't even line up to the airplane. What in the American car manufacturing is going on here with a panel gapping? The landing gear is literally, look, that is a rage bait aircraft. When we get close to the engines, they look a little bit too small for what they are, but the modeling of the blades isn't the worst, to be honest. It's just a bit of a dodgy fan spinner design right here. It looks a little bit off, to be honest. Yeah, it's just not high quality. But other than that, you know what? I expected a little bit worse. It doesn't look like extremely bad. So it is now time that we get over to the cockpit indeed. It's just a plane that doesn't have any profile. Probably they bought this off somewhere. You say, appreciate you, Bugra. What is Bugra? So, no, this absolutely sucks. And
is this
flying.
Roblox or Microsoft FLHJT sim?
Oh my god, stop. Now, look, let's get into the cockpit now. Let's see how this airplane actually flies. For some reason, do you have this problem too, like where you can't switch views properly? So let's take a look now into the cockpit indeed. And something that is really off is like the amount of flickering that goes off here when you like zoom out. I think you can actually tell it. It's like genuine. It gives me eye cancer. Can you see the amount of flickering going on? I don't know if it's noticeable in the stream, but it just looks absolutely bad. Let's take a look at let's turn this on. So, battery on, and immediately all the systems turn on. We don't even have the battery on, the APU on. So let's do that now. Now in real life, the airplane, oh my god, the APU is available within seconds.
$2.52. Kene mala way for Nema lene way sor kene mala wa fini moment eraser kete moment. Dishone my way for kene, which inor mele 1 minarzud hella wave in.
It's like arriving into Thailand. Okay, so let's take a look now. Let's take a look. Do we have any pages here? Bleed. Engine bleed. Engine page. APU. We don't have an APU page. This plane will not let you show APU parameters. We only have an engine page. We're not being able to be shown APU stuff. Doesn't happen for some reason. The oil or this oil quantity. That's okay. That's fair. No, genuinely, this is just the avionics of the A320. That is 100% certain. Like this is just genuinely the basic A320. Let's take a look at the FMC. Because it looks kind of promising. This should be the Rolls-Royce trend engines. That's actually proper. Progress. Okay. Takeoff. Initialization. That is just straight from the A320. That's just stolen. Let's see. We do have a wait. Okay, it does work. We do have a comm selector, finally. We can actually turn off. And look, this is actually now a lot better. They have a proper comm panel, so we're able to talk to ATC. Does the autopilot work? Yes, the autopilot works. Unfortunately, it looks just ass. It looks really bad. APU bleed is on, always. There's no sound design to this plane. We don't hear the APU being on, actually. So this is just a big shame of an aircraft, genuinely. This is just... get off.
Rotor donated 2 Swiss francs. PLS say hi to your mum Cornelia Schmidt.
So this is just a bad airplane. So let's go ahead and just to do a quick flight here on this plane indeed. Oh, this was for something else. Let's get on SimBrief now, and we're at Gibraltar. So I can't wait to see, and this is the only really important bit, because like, what do you expect for 11 euros? A little bit, but like not much. What I really want to see is how does the landing gear system work. The A340 is very famous for, oh my god, stop donating so much money. The A340 is very famous for having tilted landing gear.
Donated 100 Czech korun. When I saw that as a professional airplane and it cost 250 CZK, I was like, this can't be right, and I was right.
Yeah, it just sucks. All right, let's take a look. Oh, finally the V works. Okay. Does it come with virus? No. Why is everyone from the Czech Republic donating? Damn. I mean, ahoy. Thank you. So, yeah, once again, let's not get sidetracked. Let's not get bogged down with the bad quality of this add-on, really. So let's go and get SimBrief going. I want to plan a little flight from Gibraltar to somewhere. So let's quickly do that. Gibraltar, right there. Let's do it. Okay, to where to? Probably, let's try something like Lisbon. Oh, very interesting idea. Yeah, just a normal route for the Qatar A340-600.
Johan donated 5 Canadian dollars. Sis, do you know who Owls is? He was the black kid with the big A340-sized shiny forehead at Expo.
What? What? Alright, so let's take a look. This is our route. It works quite well. We're going to be flying for like an hour or so. Let's just generate this flight. Welcome aboard the A340-600, which pains. It's a plane that pains me. Let's see how well the flight data computer, like the computer works. So, we want our... So let's go and just pin this right here. We're going to fly from LXGB. Let's set that up here. So LX, let's see how well, we will be able to definitely find flaws within the first flight. There is no... oh, yeah. Yeah, that's just interesting. You point that out. This is definitely, by the way, good notice there.
€2. There is no third MCDU. A330/340 have 3 instead 2.
Interesting pointing that out. By the way, this looks like Roblox cockpit, genuinely. Yeah, the A340 is supposed to have 3 MCDUs. This thing has 2. Although, yes, it's trying to be an A340. Look, what the fuck is that? Why is the engine mode not in norm? It's like between crank and norm. What in the world did they think they were doing? What is that? Why is it like not... oh, what? What? This is the ignition mode? It's not even... what the fuck is that? Why is that offset? Alright. LXGB. Oh, I've already entered that in. So let's do to LPFR. So let's do that. LPFR. Right there. Okay. LPFR. None. Let's just say none. Okay. No problem. I'm pretty sure this is just the A320. But okay, let's do cruise is constant is 111. Cruise altitude is 36,000 feet. Let's enter that in. Yeah, that's worked fine. Let's go and further plan this. We have our weights in here. Can anyone look up if 50 tons of zero fuel weight is somehow realistic for a plane like this? Hey, but it does it automatically for you. Flight plan. Let's take a look at that. So LXGB, we're going to be using runway 27 to take off. So let's do that. Departure runway 27. Hey, that works. Look at that. It's almost like this is all stolen. We might want to actually be serious now and listen into ATC. So let's go in. Sorry. I got to get a notepad right here. A smart notepad to write down everything we need. Let's get Navigraph right here so we can start using ATC. This is just... look, we've got some interesting things that we want to figure out on this first flight. How good is the landing gear mechanism? Does it work at all? And also, oh my god, I'm not going to restart this. And also, is it, like, it's just going to suck, isn't it? Also, how good is the autopilot on this plane? We're going to figure all that out now. Is this plane 11 work?
Donated $2. Hey, you lot, stop chatting about Swiss's mother's name. I will oil all of you up and stick an alien tentacle in your no-no zone. You get me? I will stick my airplane so far into your APU you will enjoy it. Now be a good boy / girl / unidentified gender.
Hyperswami donated €2. Can you land to Helsinki Vantaa Airport? EFHK.
Alright, back to topic. So, did I enter in the wrong airport? Oh, did I enter in the alternate? I did. I might have. Sorry about that. Initialization. Yep, that you're right. Okay, LXGB. Yeah, so that's interesting to point out about this airport of Gibraltar. It does not have an ATIS, which is odd, because it's a controlled airport where military flies to as well. Why don't they have an ATIS here at this airport? That's crazy. Can you imagine that? All right, there we go. Entering a new route, which works fine. No problem. We can just quickly fix that. So runway 27, and it's now time that we talk to Tower, which is the frequency of 131.2. So let's enter that in. Yes, finally, we have working comm radios. 131.2. Let's see. By the way, oh my god, look at the modeling here. Why is this arrow broken? How you doing, Karam? Thank you so much from Turkey. Merhaba. I'm going to your country to get a hair transplant soon. Gibraltar Tower, good day. Airbus 001. Can I have a radio check? Now, alright.
Airbus 001 Heavy, Gibraltar Tower, roger, readability
Here
5.
you go, but don't spend it all in one place, kid.
Oh, shut up. Does it have lavatories downstairs? We're going to take a look at the cabin mid-flight. How about we do the cabin tour mid-flight, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, Airbus 001, hello. Request IFR clearance to Lisbon. So, come on.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Something that's odd, and that's where you can tell that this plane sucks, is that we've spawned, by the way, on a road. Like when you spawn this airplane here, like it doesn't spawn, like this is where
Airbus
the
1,
A320...
information correct. Cleared to Lisbon. After departure, fly radar vectors Linto, departure runway 27. Initial climb to 3000. Departure on 122.8. Squawk 6577.
Airbus 001, clear to Lisbon after departure, runway 27, radar vectors, Linto, climb 3000, squawk 6577, and departure on 122.8. Oh my god.
$2.52. Here, hope it helps. Use A before words with a consonant sound.
Airbus 1, read back correct.
Sounds an apple. It's the sound that matters, not the letter. Say a university starts with U but an hour silent H. Always listen to the pronunciation.
What? Dude,
Boarding has started,
you're just
and the
crazy.
first passengers are aboard the plane.
Alright, great. Now, there's a few things that this plane doesn't do.
Welcome aboard TAP Air Portugal Flight 4 Sierra Bravo. We're so excited to have you with us today as we embark on our journey to the fabulous city of Lisbon, which is totally in Spain, right?
No.
Haha, just kidding. It's actually in Portugal. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any help, just give a shout to one of our amazing crew members, like my fabulous colleagues Maria and Joao, who are here to assist you. Oh, And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at SI_Georgina. I'll be posting all...
Tower Airbus 001, can we get a altimeter? Alright, so first of all, we've kind of figured this plane sucks ass. Like, it doesn't have an APU page. I just wanted to mention that. There's
Airbus 1, QNH 1014.
QNH 1014, Airbus 1. Yes, we're using AI ATC by Say Intentions. Best ATC in the world. Alright, that is good. Let's turn on the flight director. Does that even work? That works. Okay, alright, so let's go ahead and, by the way, this thing has no functionality at all. Like, look, we can't open this. This is inoperative. I like how it admits that this is inoperative. Is there anything that works? Like, this all just flickers. This is all just a big shame. Of course, the circuit breakers aren't even modeled in terms of what they do. This is just not flying at all, and I'm really scared to be taking this airplane off because I imagine that it's going to have so bad of an autopilot. I imagine we're going to, like, end up crashing. But all right, so let's go ahead and just request pushback and engine start. So where are we? On what stand are we? Is there, like, information about that? Because I kind of want to tell the tower just to look professional. Oh, well. Tower Airbus 001, request pushback and start up. Well, this plane is just huge. You know, that's very interesting.
Airbus 1, pushback and startup approved.
Push and start approved. Airbus 1. Bye-bye. Not bye-bye. Fuck. Wow. Okay, so let's go and turn on the engines here. So we've got 4 engines right here. Let's turn them on.
Terror 001 donated $2. Hey Swiss, no need to thank me. I've got your back. Just like how you provide your jiggly APU for my aeroplane. And we both leak jet fuel together.
Wait, you interrupted me!
Can everyone start spamming Diddy in chat, please? Because
No, this is serious. These engines turn on at the same time. What? And I can't turn them off. Like, they're starting, and it shows N2 of 2 engines? This is like just... Oh my god! You can actually individually turn off and on the engines. What? I can't turn off the engines. This just says engine mode, but it doesn't really say what it does. It's turned off engine number 1 and number 2. What in the... I'm not vaping. Look at this. Look at it. Oh my god. And it shows 2 engines here in the engine page. It's supposed to be 4. This is obviously just from the A340. Look at this cursed ECAM. So the question now is, how do we turn on the engine number 1 and 2? I mean 3 and 4. Like, apparently there's N2 compression in the right engines. No, they're not. It's just... Wait. It's not gonna work, is it? What's going on? Alright, park brake release. Okay. Wait a second. So, wait. So, here, I'm not able to turn on engine number 4 and number... It says starting. Still. And the thing is, in terms of aerodynamics, it doesn't make a difference.
Welcome aboard TAP Air Portugal Flight 4 Sierra Bravo.
What?
We're so excited to have you with us today as we embark on our journey to the fabulous city of Lisbon, which is totally in Spain, right?
It's not.
Haha,
but...
just kidding. It's actually in
Oh my...
Portugal. Please take your seats.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god,
Stow your
oh my god,
hand
oh my
luggage
god.
in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you.
Wait. Okay. Let's go ahead and steer our nose landing gear to the left. Take a close look. It literally doesn't move. It's static. There's no nose wheel animation. There is no nose wheel animation. Nor is there a reverse thrust animation. There is no reverse thrust. There's no reverse thrust. There's no reverse thrust. There's no nose landing gear. There is no reverse thrust animation. This thing, and there also Like, this is just... Oh my god. Also, I think I'm a little bit scared to say this, but I'm pretty sure these 4 engines are not supposed to turn on. This plane is supposed to fly on only 2 engines. I could try pressing Control E, but that actually won't turn on engine number 3 and number 4. I think this thing does not have engines. Number 3 and number 4 physically, like it doesn't have them, but it pretends to have them. Now, once again, situation report: no reverse thrust, no nose wheel steering animation at all. Do we have flight control animation? We do. We do. Do we have trim animation? We don't. We don't. It's supposed to move the entire...
Speedbird 491 uniform ready to taxi.
Get off!
Speedbird 491 uniform, pushback and start.
There's someone in the multiplayer!
Ready to taxi. Taxi to runway via Bravo Alpha.
Okay, now it's starting up engine number 3? What the hell is this plane doing? I have no idea. Alright, so let's put the flaps to 1. Oh my god, wait. So, wait, there is only flaps position 1, 2? Okay, no, that's not bad. That's flaps position 1. And it's set to 10 degrees, which maybe is 1. Okay, I wanted to mention, by the way, we are right now not running on reverse thrust. This is the normal, look, the normal detents here. So this is like auto, like this is like, and the thing is, this is like throttle idle. In the airplane, it's supposed to be reverse thrust, but it doesn't have reverse thrust. When we enter reverse thrust, the animation looks like this. This is what reverse thrust looks. It said reverse here. So the animations on the throttle are completely incorrect. Okay, Toronto Tower, Airbus 001 ready for taxi. Oh my god. Oh my god. This should be freeware. This is like freeware. That's just insane. This is just crazy. So we don't have proper animations. Let's see if the spoilers come out. Let's do that again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if the spoilers come out. Request taxi, Gibraltar Tower, Airbus 001. Request taxi. Okay. Situation report. This airplane does not have spoiler animation. This airplane does not have reverse thrust animation. For some reason, now all the engines are turned on, but only engine
Airbus
number...
1, taxi to runway 27 via Alpha.
Taxi holding point Alpha, runway 27 via Alpha. Airbus 001. Also, this plane only has reverse thrust on engine number 1 and number 2. Like, they're just completely inoperative. Which isn't real life. Real life, they have 4 engines that do Alright, let's take off. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, this plane sounds exactly like the A320. Wonder why that is. This plane is just abomination, really. Why is the autopilot disengage knob like black? It's supposed to be red. Why do they make everything black? This doesn't work. Completely inoperative. The brakes indicator don't work. Auto brakes do work. Brake fan doesn't work. Terrain radar probably doesn't work. It's not showing terrain here. Okay. Well, alright. Oh my god, we're taxiing very badly. I'm sorry. Okay, so this thing doesn't work completely. That is just insane. Alright, Qatar. Alpha 7 AGB. I'm pretty sure that plane doesn't fly anymore. Qatar doesn't fly this plane. I hate the fact that you can't see the full airplane from in front because they didn't do the camera calibration properly. It just isn't a thing on this plane. It's just absolutely, it's just bad. Gibraltar Tower, Airbus 001, holding point Alpha, runway 27, ready for departure. So yeah, there is rudder animation, so flight control we can check. There is no spoilers though.
Airbus 1, heavy runway 27, winds 210 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27, Airbus 001. Okay, so let's go and roll onto the taxiway, to the runway. It's very magically doing that. The nose wheel is literally inside of the ground. If you look closely to the mouse cursor, that nose wheel is inside of the ground. And now it's gone. Oh my god. Why is it? What? Are you guys seeing? Am I tripping? Do you guys just see that? Okay. Now, back to topic. These engines right here, those 4 engines, 2 of those don't actually work. If we go full power here, they don't actually do a thing. Okay. Full power. Takeoff thrust set. Manual toga. Brakes released. Airspeed alive. We don't have V1 speeds here, I think. This plane doesn't support that. Like, what are V1 speeds? Let's see if the landing gears have animation. I want to see a beautifully tilted landing gear now. Okay, rotate. Oh my god! What the fuck is this plane doing? Okay, alright. I'm trying to, like, work through this. I'm sorry. I'm taking my time. Let's turn on auto throttle, which hopefully works. Hey, auto throttle works. Okay, right, so first of all, what the hell is this terrain radar? Maybe it actually kind of makes sense as a terrain radar, to be honest. It should work. We'll climb to 3,000 feet. That works okay. Dude, I don't even know what I'm gonna say. I mean, I just want to, like, I'm like working through this add-on right now, just slowly. Right. So I want to put the landing gear up, but I just wanted to mention this is the landing gear of this plane. The A340. It's supposed to have landing gear that looks like this. Okay, it's supposed to have landing gear that looks like this. This one's forward backward. This one's forward forward. Looks like it should look like this. It should look like this airplane right there, and it doesn't. It looks like this. It's just the flattest landing gear in the world, and it's just sad to see. Let's get the landing gear up anyway. So speed check landing gear up, and also the up position isn't really up. That's just odd. Also, we should definitely set the squawk code 6577. Sorry about that. So, that's that.
Airbus 1, contact departure on 122.8.
122.8, bye-bye. Airbus 1, bye-bye. Gibraltar departure, good day. Airbus 1, 3,000 feet. I kind of want to check out...
Airbus 1 Heavy, runway...
What? No, that is not good. I've done something wrong. Wait, no. 122.8. Gibraltar departure, good day. Airbus 1 at 3,000 feet. Not, I would like a departure. That thing understood me wrong. But that happens. So once again...
Airbus 001 Heavy, Gibraltar radar, good day. Say intentions.
Well, we are on an IFR flight to Portugal. Request climb. Oh my god. Look at the landing gear animation. I just want to put it out again.
Airbus 1, climb your requested altitude.
Okay. Climbing to 36,000 feet. Airbus 1. Is the landing gear door supposed to be open? It's not, right? It's supposed to be closed. Yeah. It's supposed to look like this. So, no, that's actually the smaller one. No, it's supposed to be closed. It's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to be flush. And look at it. It's just miserable. Landing gear up. Which I have to, like, do manually. Looks like this. Alright, is it gonna... That's very quick. This plane sucks. Like, insanely. Alright, so let's go and climb now. Does this thing support proper like climb mode, open climb? Oh, it does. Because it's all just a stolen system from the integrated Airbus A320, right? 100% sure about that. Anyway, we've now done a nice departure out of Gibraltar. We're en route. We're looking okay. Okay. Right. So we want Ibero, then we want Bamba. Well, we can skip Bamba. We can go Ortop and then Vatsi. Or we can actually already set up an arrival here. I hope this thing supports a proper approach. So let's go ahead and select an approach, which might just be runway 02, might just be ILS. Let's select a star arrival, which will be the VATS. Something like that.
Skyways 514, contact Gibraltar Tower on 131.2. 131.2, Skyways 514.
Okay, look at this. So, there we go. We've got a star arrival. Let's see what that looks like. Right. Return. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks doable. Alright then. We're now nicely flying our Airbus A340. I kind of want to see what happens if we go full power. Like, generally. Let's go full power on these engines. I reckon this plane's, like, overpowered to the max. Look at our climb rate. We're climbing at 6,000 feet per minute. I'm once again saying, we're climbing at 6,000 feet per minute. This plane climbs like crazy. This plane performs as if it had afterburners. That is just absolutely insane. I don't even know what to say. Anyway, look at this. This is very nice. The performance is nice. Look at that. The climb 4,600 feet per while gaining speed.
Dear guests, we are now at a safe altitude.
This plane is just insane. Let's go and see if the lights work. So, by the way, the APU is on. No, it's off, and like we can. It's like a one-time switch.
Just a little reminder. After our snack service, I'll be coming around to sell
That's what landing
some
looks
fabulous
like.
items from the TAP Air Portugal shop.
The landing lights do not work.
At SI_Georgina. Leave a comment after we
This
land.
airplane does not have landing lights. This airplane does not feature such a thing as landing lights. Does this thing feature strobe lights? Nav? This plane does not have lights. This plane is not featuring lights. Wing lights? Yet still, airplane does not feature lights. It's all on. And the APU is on for some reason. Although it's not on. Like, it's available but not on. This thing has no lights.
Airbus 1, contact Casablanca radar on 132.325.
132.325. Airbus 001. Bye-bye. Casablanca radar, good day. Airbus 001 climbing flight level 8180 to flight level 360. Good day. Look at it. This airplane is like completely dark from outside because it does not have lights. It does have lights here in the interior, which you're probably not able to set up at all.
Airbus 001, Casablanca radar, continue climb flight level 360.
Continue climb. Flight level 360. Airbus 001. This thing does not have adjustable lights.
Airbus 001, Casablanca radar, radar contact. 9er northwest of Tanger at flight level 190. Tanger QNH 1014.
Oh yeah, we should set up QNH. Standard. That worked. Look at that. So, I've turned light mode on just to see which lights work and not, and we can actually like change the setting of the lights. They're just like one setting. What happens if we turn off the battery? Okay, at least that doesn't do anything. That's realistic. Okay. Yeah, this airplane is just an absolute abomination. That is just insane. It does not, and I kid you not, this doesn't have a dome light that works. Doesn't have this light that works. The overhead integrated light. Oh, look, that is actually adjustable. Wow, who would have believed? Let's see if the seatbelts work. Hey, that works. Hey, that's the start. Oh, the dome light does work. Oh my god. Look at the brightness of the dome light. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking good. All right, so let's dim it. That's still very bad. That is just hilarious. At least the dome light works, to be honest. I don't know where it comes from. Oh, it's from this. Okay, that makes sense. All right, let's. All right, are you guys ready to see the cabin? By the way, let's mix it night mode. Oh, actually, this plane for some reason now has nav lights. I swear it didn't have them before, but now it seems to have them. Very interesting stuff. Let's go ahead and get daytime back. So this plane absolutely sucks. Still, we are climbing at an impeccable rate still. 3,000 feet per minute at this kind of speed is just insane. By the way, auto throttle is on for some reason. I don't want it to be on. I want it to be back on full power and just see how the airplane could perform. Probably absolutely crazily, by the way. Look, we can actually redline. That is... that's funny. Normally, the A380, A320, A340 would never allow you to redline. So funny. All right, let's take a look, guys. Let's go and see the cabin. Meanwhile, engine number 4 has turned off.
Requesting flight following, then Air 446.
And the engine number 3 is like...
Thank you very much, Air 446.
This thing is 11 euros.
275, Air 446.
This is just...
Air Euro 446, contact Madrid, control on 118.275.
This is just an abomination. This is just insane. But yet, we're nicely climbing. This plane has an immense amount of performance, which is appreciative, which I'm appreciated of. Oh my god. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, update on our flighting. We are right now leaving the coast of Portugal behind us to go back to Portugal, actually. That's kind of our flight today. Yeah, we're gonna be flying into... Yeah, this thing climbs faster than a fighter jet. It's just absolutely insane. Destination distance. It is 200 nautical miles. I wouldn't have expected that. We're gonna arrive soon now. No trouble at all. Destination ETA. We're gonna be there in like a few minutes, really. This is just crazy. The A340 cockpit doesn't even look like this. This is obviously the A320 cockpit, no doubt. This is like the same thing.
Airbus 1, contact Madrid control on 118.275.
118.275. 118.275. Airbus 001. Thank you. Bye-bye. Madrid control, good day. Airbus 001 passing through flight level 320, climbing to flight level 360. Oh my god, that is just that's just insane. That is why is the cockpit view yeah, whenever you go into cockpit view it zooms out incredibly. Like, this is not a safe position for flying. Let's see if there's anything else we can figure out. Max load, hey, that's good. Is there anything in here? No. Disk stowage, good. Audible fire exterior. Nice. Waste no cigarette disposal, good. Pedal adjust to adjust pedals. This looks like great proper modeling. For some reason you're allowed to go outside. We can take a close look at the airplane. Good, not the worst. This is the AOA sensor. That's probably the worst model AOA sensor I've seen in like a really long time. It's the probes. Yeah, that's okay.
Citation Lima 76, descend and maintain 2500, QNH 1008.
It's just a big shame, this airplane. So what I wanted to say...
2500, QNH 100.
By the way, we haven't been identified. We have not been identified.
Lima 76, contact Seville approach.
Madrid radar, good day. Airbus 001 passing through flight level 340, climbing to flight level 360.
Seville approach 120.8, citation Lima 76.
Airbus 001, Madrid Control, identified. Good afternoon.
Great. So why aren't we climbing anymore? Is this bad? No, we are going full power on this airplane. We are climbing quite fast still. Alright, so the cabin tour. You want to see the cabin tour? Yeah, that's funny. Funny you should mention that. By the way, I want to test out a few things. So first of all, can we put out landing gear? Yes, it allows you to do that. It allows you to put out the landing gear, even though we're definitely overspeeding. Realistic. Does the chrono work? No. That doesn't work. Why are we still overspeeding?
Roomto donated $2.52. Sorry Swiss for annoying you sometimes. You're actually one of the key reasons I'm so into aviation, and you are a big inspiration
I'm sorry
to
about
all
that.
of us. Hope you know it's all just for giggles, and I love watching your vids. Been watching since the X-Plane 11 days.
Appreciate it.
Airbus 001, Madrid Control, expect the VATZ 2A arrival. I'll call your descent in roughly 10 minutes. Feel free to ask if you'd like it sooner.
Okay. Airbus 01, expect the VATS 2 Alpha arrival into Lisbon and expect to send in 10 minutes. So, this is just absolutely insane. Like, oh my lord. SLH Sim Design, yeah, it's my email, youtube@swisser01.com.
Oh my gosh, everyone. We have just reached our cruising altitude, and I am so excited to let you know that we will be starting our snack and drink service now. We have some delicious options available, like our famous chocolate-covered marshmallow sandwiches and the super tasty fruit salad with a hint of unicorn sparkle. After our service, I'll be coming around with fabulous items from the Tap Air Portugal shop, so stay tuned for that. And just a little reminder, it's a warm 21 gigabytes outside with a few clouds, so you might want to keep your shades down. Follow me on Instagram at SI_Georgina. Leave a comment after we land. Oh, and don't forget, I'll be at the FS Expo on June 28th and 29th in Providence, and all visitors can take a selfie with me.
Hyper 9 Papa Alpha, descend and maintain 3000.
I'm losing my hope in humanity here. This is just absolutely insane. Is this the M scenery? Yep, this is the brand new M scenery A340, which looks not good. It looksn't good at all. At least the engines are all spinning. That's a start. They just pretend to work, but that is just insane. Like, I could probably learn to make this add-on, like, in not a long time. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is just crazy. What are we even overspeeding, sir? We're not even overspeeding at all. What do you mean by overspeeding? We're not overspeeding. We're literally not overspeeding. What? I'm not overspeeding. I'm totally underspeeding. Like, no, I'm not underspeeding at all. I'm just perfect speeding, in fact. What? I don't get it. Alright, let's go back into the cabin. Maybe we can find something funny. That's what it looks like. The windows are square.
Airbus 1, contact Lisbon on 132 Delisim 705.
What? He just got a stroke there. Contact Lisbon on 132.705. Airbus 1. Bye. Lisbon radar, good day. Airbus 001, flight level 360. Engine 4 is not spinning. Oh my fucking god. It's generally not spinning. And I can't turn it on.
001 Lisbon identified. Good afternoon.
Why is this not working? The engine number 4 is not spinning. There is no spinach in engine number 4. Like, at all. It's like a static object. This is just insane. This is just crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Honda Jet Charlie Sierra 6 83 Bravo, Lisbon, descend and maintain flight level 130.
Descend and maintain flight level 130, Honda Jet 682 Bravo. Descend and maintain 4000, Honda Jet 682 Bravo.
Delta 474, speed 280 knots.
I'm not even overspeeding, dude. This plane's not going overspeed. We can fly this fast. Do the wipers work? Good question. Let's see if the wipers work. Inoperative. Doesn't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. Oh, that works suddenly now. Does it do anything? No. Doesn't do anything. Yeah, no. Doesn't do anything. Turning off the flight controls, which turns off the direct law of the A340, doesn't do anything. What the helly? What the helly? Nope, that's not what it's supposed to look like. This plane doesn't care the fact that we've just turned off the flight control system. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to it. Plane flies. Autopilot works. This thing just absolutely sucks. That's just insane. For some reason, everything is like glowing here. This doesn't work. And number one pump doesn't even work. We can't even turn all the pumps off. Oh my god, this plane doesn't have pumps that work. Can you imagine that? Doesn't work. This doesn't work. External power works. It doesn't work now. Engine generator. For some reason, there's... Oh my god, there's only... So, look. The A340 has 4 engines. I know only 3 of them are spinning. This one is just completely stuck. But it has 4 engines. But... It's 4 engines, but 2 generators. That is just absolutely insane. Right? Engine 1 bleed. That works, apparently.
Bravo Control Tower, this is Speedbird Victor Bravo A320.
This doesn't work. This
stand 320 with information. Juliet, request clearance to Ibiza. Speedbird Victor Bravo.
Oh my god. Is this the ASOBO? There are 2 fire extinguishers here, right? This thing...
P11V departure, then is fire departure runway.
This thing is just not realistic.
Climb to 4,000 feet, departure frequency is 119.405, squawk 5554, Speedbird Victor Bravo.
Does the fire test work?
Can I clarify the runway? My flight plan says a runway 28, Speedbird Victor Bravo.
Don't care. Nothing works. Check the MCDU. Why? What's wrong with the MCDU? I mean, it obviously sucks for some of the brightness. Oh, we can't actually... Oh, wow, we can actually dim the screen. It's very sad that we actually get to appreciate that. I just don't know. This plane's like a mix of the A320 and some A340. Like, that is just... This is just insane. Alright, anyway, we're flying nicely. Oh, look, we've got crossing traffic. That's kind of cool. Did we see him on radar? Because we have Tara on, right? Yeah, Tara's on. They didn't show up ever, which is interesting. Oh my god, that is just... I don't know what to say. This is just the worst. This plane is just not good. Also, the range seems a bit off. Are we that far away from Vatsy? I feel like we should be closer to Vatsy. Oh my god, this plane just passed by right now. Oh yeah, no, that's actually just... Look at that! The contrails. Look at it. Nice. That's contrail. There's some more contrails. Yes, because Say Intentions is now with this beautiful multiplayer. Oh my god, this is just like, oh, I don't even know what to say. This is just shockingly bad. The most impressive thing is the contrails. Well, yeah, well, it's not part of the add-on. It's part of Say Intentions. The text is like pixelated. I mean, what did I expect? Let's maybe go ahead and inspect some more parts of this airplane. This is just absolutely... Does the window open? No, not even the door opens. The landing lights are on right now, but they actually don't work. The landing lights have no function. This has not worked. So
Lisbon control is it 213 passing to 7,000 flight level 170 expect flight level 260.
I feel like the engine
213 Lisbon info, roger.
The engine modeling is okay. It looks a little bit like a looks a bit like a turbofan though. Is that normal? Or am I being absolutely stupid? Why is it so like small in the middle? I don't know what the Trent engine looks like. This looks like a turbofan. Talking about turbofan, while this fan spins right here, this fan has no function. It doesn't work. Like it doesn't spin. Where we beep out of Haddad area. I can't read this. Hoist point. No step. One step forward to not wanting to live anymore because of this aircraft. That's just insane. Yeah, by the way, the worst part is the reversers don't work. They don't have an animation. Neither do the spoilers. The spoilers don't have an animation. That's just insane. Look at this. What the hell? That can't be aerodynamic. That can't be aerodynamic at all. Let's take a look at what else we got. We've got a little bit of modeling here. This is the... Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, wow.
11 euros well spent then.
So here is the landing gear, which is, once again, if we take a close look at it, we can put it out for sure. Like, I'm pretty sure it will let us. Look. It will let us put a landing gear. 100%. Wow. Wow. Black. Highly detailed. Wow. How many inoperative buttons? There are more inoperative than operative, if that's your main concern. So this door should close. These landing gears should be tilted. This one forward, this one backward. Let's see what the landing gear bay looks like. Wow, incredible. I wonder how the landing gear comes up in here. Let's take a look. The landing gear up.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Clear to Edinburgh. After departure, fly radar vectors Elva, departure runway 10, initial
I can only put the landing gear up with my hand.
Will be advised by tower. Squawk 1434.
So yeah, this airplane is an absolute mess. Look, did you guys just see the landing gear come up like that?
Shuttle control, good afternoon.
Look at Qatar here.
Ryanair 5668.
Classic Ryanair. Lost for words.
Request IFR to Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
I grab the paperwork.
Alright, so look at this. We've got the center landing gear in the plane, in the cabin. So that is not worth $1. That is not worth 50 cents. That is not worth your time, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a aft galley here. For some reason, they added that in. That's very nice of them to add this in. You know, a very important part of the plane. Not bad. And here we go into the aft section. Here's where the APU is. We can maybe have a look at the APU. Wow. Realistic. Realistic detail. This is just making me hate life. This is probably the worst add-on that we've seen. Not ever. I think the Ilyushin L96 made by the same developer, to be honest. It's even worse, but holy moly. I don't know what to say. This thing is just insane. This GTA Vice City. I'm pretty sure the flaps don't have an animation either. I'm pretty sure the flaps don't have a function. Let me see if we can put the flaps out fully. We can. The plane doesn't care. We do have animation of it. Plane balloons a bit. Well, the flaps do work. I appreciate that effort. And the autopilot is definitely not able to handle it at all. That's very funny. Let's go. Maintain full power, please. So, yeah. And the worst thing is that the spoilers don't have animation. That's just insane. I don't know how that can happen. Genuinely, I don't know. Spoilers are out fully. They don't do a single thing. The Braddock 707 is better than this. Yeah, maybe. It could be better. Could be genuinely better than this piece of crap airplane. Bluetooth spoilers, that's right. GTA planes are better than this. Well, GTA planes at least have spoiler animation. As far as I remember, the 747 did have a spoiler animation, which would pop off if you braked.
Airbus 1 cleared V80 Z2A arrival into Lisbon. When you're ready to begin your descent flight level 260. Honda Jet 683 Bravo, climb flight level 250.
Flight level 250 and maintain flight level 250.
Airbus 1 cleared VETS to Alpha arrival, and when ready to send flight level 260, Airbus 1. This is just insane. How can he be so lazy to not make a spoiler animation? I don't know. I'm just as confused and I'm just sad. This is just a sad sight here. That's just a reality, though. It's a reality of things. It's the reality of life. You know, get these piece of crap add-ons nowadays. It's all we have. Animations aren't that hard to make. I tried it and it's easy. True. Lazy scenery. That's true too. I can't wait for the shitty landing. How you doing, Jack? What are you doing? I'm literally
my gosh,
flying.
Everyone! We have just left our cruising altitude of 36,000 marshmallows and have started
36,000 marshmallows. Great cruising
out.
out.
Which is totally in Spain, right?
No.
Haha, just kidding. Please return to your seats and buckle up as the usage of the lavatories is now not allowed anymore. We want to make sure we land smoothly, just like Captain Swiss 001's famous landings. So, let's get cozy in our seats and remember to follow me on Instagram at SI_Georgina. Leave a comment after we land.
This plane just sucks. I wonder what this approach is all about, though. This arrival seems very weird. You fly around this, like, bed here? That's just insane. That's pretty cool, though. Does this plane have, like, VNAV, sort of? Where it would actually have altitudes in the... Wait, no, it doesn't. Alright, it won't do that. Yeah, great flighting. I love this plane. This is great. I am loving this very much. I'm in an immense amount of pain. I just wanted to mention that I'm in an immense amount of pain.
Airbus 1 descent flight level 070.
Okay. Descent flight level 070, Airbus 1. We should be at a way lower altitude now, by the way. So let's do a little bit of a faster descent. We're going to be landing soon. Now I wonder, does this plane actually have some sort of Airbus thing? Or, I mean, it does have trim, which is weird. It shouldn't have, like, a trim selector down there. Which kind of means that this plane's just all full of crap. Like, the trim isn't supposed to do anything. Well, there's trim here, but, like, it's not supposed to have this. It just absolutely sucks. I don't even know what to say. So Luke's suit is fine. We're overshooting this. We're shooting in here like crazy, which is kind of cool. We're gonna do a cool last approach, by the way. It's gonna be really nice. It's gonna be really cool. I'm liking to see this. Yeah, this is really cool. So let's descend down to 070. Really cool approach that we're doing. Nice. Into Lisbon. Let's go full power and see how fast we can get this airplane. It seems like it's like very limited, like just aerodynamically, to just only being able to fly 320 knots indicated and saying overspeed, which isn't true either, like, obviously. But still, it's like crazy. This airplane is like, I feel like they have entered this into the flight model. It's like, oh, don't go over 320 knots at all costs. Like, this thing is going full power and we're descending quite quickly. There's no way we wouldn't be able to fly fast. You know what I mean? There's no autopilot disengage. There is, but it's just not colored. It's just insane. Oh my god. Alright. So, Let's see. This is just insane. All right, flight level 300. We're doing okay. We're doing just fine. Look at this approach. Looks cool.
Airbus 1 Heavy descend and maintain 4,000.
So maintain 4,000. Airbus 1. All right, are you guys ready for landing? For good landing? Question mark. Bro, I just joined late. How horrible is the flight model? It's just absolutely horrible. I think you might be overspeeding, but I'm not. Look, we're within the limits. We're not redlining.
Francs. I think you might be overspeeding. Not sure though.
We're not. Oh look, they actually have a radar. That's the most useless thing I've ever seen. Also, I don't think the radar disc looks like this. I don't think it's an actual radar like this, is it? That's weird though. Why does it have that? What the hell? This is a disastrous airplane. I don't know what to tell you. The spoilers don't work. The reverse thrusters don't work. The fourth engine doesn't work at all, but the plane doesn't like notice it. That's the typical example of a Microsoft flight sim plane that's done badly. Like, there's no such thing as asymmetrical thrust. For some reason, it's unable to figure out the fact that, yes, indeed, 2 of the 4 engines aren't running. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is just insane. Now we are rolling quite quickly here into this airport, and this can be a very fun approach. The airport is already like down there. Here's the airport, and we're supposed to be much lower and slower. Let's see how quickly this airplane can descend. Like, how much can we enter in? 6,000 feet per minute is the max. Let's see if we're able to actually get this plane into overspeeding. Which, by the way, in real life wouldn't happen. The airplane would just pull up and try to lose speed. Of course, though, this is in real life, and this plane does not give a damn. So we're now nicely descending. It has a radio panel, but no cabin or half. It has a radio panel and an autopilot. That's literally all that is to it. So we're now nicely flying down into our airport. We want to be down to 7,000 feet while we fly here. And then we have a runway very quickly here, the runway 27. So that's going to be really cool. It's a really cool little arrival here that guides us like around the coast here. Really nicely looking.
Airbus 1 Heavy, contact Lisbon Military Center on 123.755.
What was it? Redeem Center on 123.755. Airbus 1. Bye. This is just shit. Don't buy this plane, by the way. But the worst thing is, like, they only have like one picture of this plane. It shows the plane from the outside, which looks meh. But if they were to show how bad this airplane really is, then it would. Why the hell is the speed to 539 knots indicated? That's crazy. Oh no, it's supposed to be 132.755, isn't it? Right, wasn't it? No, it's actually Lisbon Military. Lisbon, hello. Airbus 001 descending flight level 160. There is no. Oh, we're not descending to flight level 160. Oh, it doesn't matter. This thing costs 11 euros.
Lisbon Military Center. Good afternoon, Lisbon. Altimeter 30.00.
Altimeter 3000. That's kind of weird. It's supposed to be QNH, hectopascals, which is in
Airbus 1 Heavy, Roger. Altimeter 3000.
Altimeter 3000, Airbus 001. Interesting. Now let's go and break this plane. Let's see if the spoilers come out when we do that. They don't, because this plane doesn't have spoilers. Welcome to the real world, ladies and gentlemen. This plane does not have spoilers. No, it doesn't. It doesn't give you spoilers. It doesn't have spoilers.
Airbus 1 Heavy, contact Lisbon approach on 125.13.
125.13, Airbus 001. Bye. Why is she talking American?
32 NX2.
Approach, good day, Airbus 001, climbing through 9,000 feet, descending to 4,000 feet. That was just completely wrong. All right, looking good though. We are now nicely.
Captain, the cabin is ready.
We're now nicely flying. We're now at 8,000 feet as we're supposed to.
Airbus 1 Heavy, Lisbon approach. Good afternoon, Lisbon altimeter 29.907. Expect the ILS runway to approach into Lisbon.
Electronic devices and stow them away.
Expect the ILS runway 02 approach into Lisbon. QNH 2997.
A. Our amazing TAP Air Portugal staff will provide you with information about your connecting flights once we touch down. Thank you for flying with us on this delightful adventure.
Sure.
Follow me on Instagram at SI_Georgina. Leave a comment after we land.
Sure, buddy. All right, let's go and turn on auto speed again. We want this thing to go down to like 220 knots or so. Let's see if it works. So something that would be unrealistic is if the auto throttle worked, although our throttle is set to... What the fuck's going on here? Let's set it to climb, indeed. I mean, that is going to work. No, yeah, all right. So, like, the throttle position doesn't actually make a difference, does it? Like, it will still accept it. Interesting. So, 220 knots? Interesting. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. We've got coast here. We're just flying past the coast here on one of the most beautiful rivals in Portugal. Which doesn't sound like a big deal, to be honest. Alright. Okay, never mind. Actually, I stand corrected. Wait. The climb only... the auto throttle only works when the throttle is set to climb. So 3 of the 4 engines, for some reason, are giving in some power. Which doesn't really show at all in the dynamics of how this plane flies. That's just an absolute abomination once again. We are once again at... We're at flight level 070, so we should be at QNH standard, to be honest. Well, it doesn't really matter. What do you mean by the purge starting? So does the master caution work? No, it doesn't, like, do anything, actually. It's funny you should mention that. It just sucks. This plane just sucks overall. It's just a big piece of nothing.
I'm flight level 220, Ryanair 1156.
Ryanair 1156, contact Lisbon approach on 119 or decimal 105.
119 decimal 105, Ryanair 1156.
118 decimal 105, Alpine 78, Tango Zulu.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Now turning right. Looking good. On a nice approach. On an A320 sounding A340. So nice. What is the purge and why is it starting? Sir, go into alternate law. I'm literally doing that. I'm literally in direct law now. Like, I've turned off all the ELAC one and the FAC. So this thing shouldn't actually fly. The autopilot shouldn't work. This thing is just absolutely crazy. Swiss, you should do a flight sim setup too. What do you mean by purge? Stop. What does the new Waffle House mean? What is about that? I'm surprised it didn't rage quit on the ground already. No, this is just fun. How you doing, Mero?
Viking 1555, contact Lisbon Military Center on 123.755.
Well, let me tell you, this plane does not have spoilers that work. Spoilers are right
Over to
now
Lisbon
out.
Military Center on 123.755, Viking 1555.
Look, this thing doesn't have spoilers that work. Spoilers don't work. At all.
Lufthansa 518, contact Lisbon on 132.705.
They just don't have spoilers. This thing does not have reverse thrust. The engines can only be started at the same time, but it doesn't.
Over to Lisbon on 132.705T, Lufthansa 518.
I mean, look at this all. Look at all this. It's just absolutely insane. It's an A340, but poorly designed to be bigger and have 4 engines. Yeah, pretty much. Dude, Hyper, shut up. Oh, I gotta check out on that. I paid tons on the shipping now.
Nero Waltisberg
weird.
donated 2 Swiss francs. I'm doing great. Haven't received the keychain.
I think I'm gonna check on it. I think we're gonna run into some trouble. I know exactly when as well. You know, the point where we're gonna run into trouble is when we try to shut down the airplane, because virtually this plane won't shut down. I think. No, it won't. These engines are just alive forever. And it's set to starting, which doesn't make sense at all. Does retraction of the gear by gravity work? No. Fuck no. Nothing works. Yeah. So flight control select doesn't make anything. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. Nothing does anything. This is just absolutely the worst.
Roger, contact and
okay?
Lisbon approach on 119.105.
But hey,
310 Bravo Alpha. Have a good day.
Hey, we're gonna do the best of it. You know, we're going to fly this airplane. We're gonna land this airplane. Okay, we're gonna arrive soon. Okay, we're gonna make a nice approach into Lisbon. But this is just an absolutely insane. This is 11 euros for this add-on, by the way. It's 11 euros. This thing does not. This is just bad.
2 Swiss francs. How much is it?
Okay. Come on. Let's do it. Now when you zoom
Airbus
out.
1 Heavy, proceed direct PSX. Cleared for the ILS runway 2 approach. Speed below 180 knots until established.
Clear direct PSX, cleared for ILS runway 02 approach, speed below 180 knots, Airbus 1. Well, thank you for expediting our arrivals. Let's select direct to PSX. Temperature direct. Let's do that. Which actually works. Yeah, because it's almost as though this thing is like stolen off of the actual A320. That might just be. Alright, let's set speed to 180 knots. Come on. Is there a good A340? No, there is only a good A340 for X-Plane for now.
Waltisberg donated 2 Swiss francs. Is there a good A340?
So yeah, not really, to be honest. Not really. At least the autopilot works somewhat well, and it only does so because it's practically just an A320. And I think the other planes, like, they came up with 4 airplanes today. 4. I think all the other airplanes, the 8ers don't work. Yeah. All the other airplanes are, like, also inspired by the 787. No, I think the 767 will be inspired by maybe the 747, and the 747-400 that they came up with also is inspired by the 747. It's all just, it's very inspired. So, why do the center control lights flicker? Yeah, it all flickers. Look, the engines don't actually work. This doesn't do anything. And it's got like weird selection modes. I don't know what this is, like between norm and ignition start, and this is between norm and crank.
DFL 361, contact Lisbon Tower on 118.105.
The radar scan doesn't work.
Lisbon Tower on 118.105, DFL 361. Bye-bye.
This guy sounds drunk. This thing
DFL
works.
361, climb flight level 240.
Flight level 240, DFL 361. Bye-bye.
No, that is not Aerosoft. This is just insane. Hey bro, what kind of Microsoft Flight Sim upgrade do you have? I'm talking about an Aviator. I think I have the best one. I mean, I bought this like 4 years ago, but I'm pretty sure I have the best one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get our landing items done. So check out the beautifully animated landing gear, which doesn't have tilting mechanism to it. Just looks like this. The landing gear doesn't tilt. The magic of the A340 is literally that it has very tilted landing gear, and they didn't care to capture the magic. They didn't care about the magic. There was no magic in this. So that's that. Good news on that. No tilting mechanism. Landing gear is black too. Doesn't make sense. Right, let's put the flaps to 1. Which is weird because I can only put it to like 2. Now I can put it to 1. It's weird. This plane makes no sense. Oh wow, what is it doing? Wait, what the fuck is it doing? Autopilot runaway problem? Hey, what is it doing? What's the plane doing? Stop. Get some help. This thing doesn't work. This thing doesn't work. What the hell? What the helly? Oh my god. How can you be so crap as a plane? How is this so bad? We might as well just turn on approach mode, by the way. This thing probably doesn't have auto land though, does it? This thing is just insane. Alright, look at this. We have got our destination airport in front of us. Here is the runway. When's the wing throttle gonna come out? I don't know, man. I generally have no idea. By the way, let me just
5 Swiss francs. When is the wing throttle
Speedbird 507, Foxtrot, climb flight level 250.
It's only like 1K.
Climbing flight level 250, Speedbird 507 Foxtrot.
I don't know how much the wing throttle will be, but it will be definitely less. It'll be like $300 or something. Oh yeah, no. Oh, sorry, the wing cockpit. Yeah, well, it's gonna be a little bit more. I think I'd try to do some calculations to 2K or something. Well, I'll join VC. Yeah, I will join VC. I have a the members only Discord. I'll be back on there today. I wasn't there a lot, to be honest, when I went into the US. For that, I'm sorry, but I'm back. I'm back from America, and I did some flying in a real aeroplane.
Airbus 1. Contact Lisbon Tower on 118.105.
118.105, Lisbon Tower, Airbus 001. Bye-bye. Lisbon Tower, good day. Airbus 001, 12 miles south for landing ILS runway 02. Alright, why is the auto approach mode just sucking? It just sucks ass. Holy moly.
Airbus 001 Heavy, Lisbon Tower, wind 310 at 16, gusting 26, runway 2, cleared to land.
Cleared to land runway 02, Airbus 001. Jesus Christ, this thing is like, there's quite some weather here. By the way, Microsoft Flight Sim,
Airbus 1, say again your request.
Clear to land runway 02, Airbus 001. The funny thing is, this is supposed to be Jesus over there. But that's not Jesus.
Airbus 1 Heavy, winds 310 at 16, gusting 26, runway 2, cleared to land.
Clear to land runway 2, Airbus 001. That's clear. This thing's supposed to be Jesus. There's supposed to be a Jesus here, like genuinely Jesus.
Airbus 1 Heavy, winds 310 at 16, gusting 26, runway 2, cleared to land.
Clear to land runway 2, Airbus 001. Alright, so let's take a look. Runway 02 is ahead of us. We want to go down to 140 knots or so. We can put the flaps out to 2. Which looks like this. And it works. And we, I think the worst part is that the simulation, like, generally feels like toy. Like, it's just absolutely an abomination. Like, it's just insane. So, let's go get the flaps down to full. And the autopilot is actually flying the plane.
Skylane 3 Alpha Zulu,
which isn't bad.
Departure.
Skylane 123 Alpha Zulu, reporting flight following. Squawk 1114, Skylane 123 Alpha Zulu, please confirm ident.
Alright.
Skylane 123 Alpha Zulu, full established approach, runway 02.
Probably behind us. Or is this canned? It might be canned. Oh my god. Alright, are you guys ready? No way, autopilot works? Yeah, the autopilot works for a change, which is nice. It's really nice. Does it cost something? This plane is... No, this is just bad. This is just bad. Are you guys ready for a landing? Because I am. So let's go ahead and get the replay mode working, so we can get a replay. Although it's kind of useless to replay this landing, to be honest. Why? Because the total landing gear doesn't work. This is kind of like... I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't have total landing gear. This just makes no... It's not even a point. It's like driving without drinking alcohol. There's no point. By the way, throughout this whole flight, I want you guys to check on the fuel gauge. Can anyone please be so voluntary and just check whether the fuel gauge actually went down? Because I feel like it was at 50% when we started off. Does this plane have just like a limited amount of fuel? Did we start off with 50? Oh wow, the winds are quite crazy out here. It's crazy. Which flights do you prefer? Mini landing gear. Yeah, no, this is just this is just really bad. Alright, I'm ready. It didn't go down. So the fuel gauge didn't actually go down from 50. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a CPM leap sound. This doesn't sound like a Rolls Royce. That was loud. How you doing, baby?
Baby donated $5. Hey,
Thanks,
Swiss,
hey,
you
baby.
look good today. At which airport are you landing?
This is Lisbon. Lisbon Airport. Okay, my airplane. Just doing some demonstration of the incredible flight. Oh my god, I've got no rudder. I've got no aileron. Oh no, I do. Incredible flight realisticness. Highly realistic airplane. Okay, let's not crash it.
500, 400, 300.
DFL 361, welcome to Lisbon.
I've got
Contact ground on 121.755.
I have got no aileron control on this guy.
Ground on 121.755 DFL 361. Bye bye.
I have got no aileron control of this guy. No. I'm like fully steering into the aileron left. Fully. I've got no aileron. Like this feels like something is broken.
200. 100.
I'm fully back to the right. I'm fully back to the right.
30,
Fully.
20. Retard.
Wow. Look at that landing animation. Let's go and put out those 2 reverse thrusts of this plane, which doesn't even show up anyway. This thing stopped in no time as well. Oh my god, what a stupid airplane. This thing doesn't work properly. Oh. This is making me depressed. I can't wait to see that landing in a replay mode. No, this is like weird. I've got like no aileron control. Maybe it is the fact that I turned off the flight control thing, but it didn't affect the autopilot. So
Airbus 1, welcome to Lisbon. Contact ground on 121.7515.
121.7515. Airbus 001. Bye bye. Where the
We
fuck
are now
do I
beginning
leave
our
this?
final approach into Lisbon, which is totally in Spain, right? Haha,
Oh.
just kidding. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them away until we
Oh.
arrive at the gate. Make sure your tray tables are put away. Your seats are in the full upright position, and your seatbelt is fastened, eh? Our fabulous TAP Air Portugal staff will provide you with information regarding your connecting flights once we touch down. So, let's get cozy in our seats. And remember to follow me on Instagram at SI_Georgina. Leave a comment after we land. Captain, cabin is ready.
Lisbon ground, good day. Airbus 001, holding point, uniform, tree, request taxi to parking.
Airbus 1, taxi to terminal 1145 via Alpha 5, Alpha 4. Go, good day.
So, sorry, redeem again. Say again.
Airbus 1, taxi to terminal 1145 via Alpha 5, Alpha 4. Good day.
Oh my god.
OMG. Avia Rex donated $20. Cool to meet
Bro.
you at the Expo.
Iberia
Blue skies and
530,
safe
contact
flights.
tower on 118.105. Take care.
You're insane. Thank you so much. I appreciate it,
Contact
dude.
tower on 118.105. Thank you. Bye bye.
Taxi to terminal 1145 via Alpha 5 and Alpha 4. Good day. Dude, thank you. I
Lisbon
appreciate
ground,
it.
good afternoon. Port Quebec 2563, gate 145. Ready for push and start.
Push and start. Wonderful.
Air Portugal 2563, Lisbon ground, push and start approved, face south.
So this plane is absolutely bad. I want to see a replay of this, and then we're going to try to see if we can shut down the airplane, which we probably can, to be honest. So, come on. Let's go. Alpha 5. And then, Alpha 4. Right there. And then we've got 1145, which is weird. It doesn't exist. It's probably 145, to be honest. It's probably right there. We're going to taxi then. So let's go ahead now, and here is our map. 145 is right there. Wonderful. Let's do it. So welcome to Lisbon. This has been a rather unsuccessful flight. This was really bad. Once again, a plane that doesn't have the animation of reverse thrust. It only has 2 engines that actually work. The reverse thrust doesn't work on any of those, animation-wise. The spoilers are out fully. And that's it. Let's take a look at a replay of this flight, of this landing, perhaps. So here it is. Here's us coming into Lisboa. And trying out the flight. Yeah, that wasn't really a good landing. I really wanted to see what's going on here. Look at the physics. Look at the physics. Look at the physics. This airplane is like a static object that doesn't actually move anything. That is the landing. First touchdown. Second touchdown. This is the worst airplane in the world. I am sad. And I'm mad. That's all I am. What a shame. What a shame. I wonder now, let's just go ahead and... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still on sane tensions. Well, the thing is, I want to find out, does this thing actually turn off if we want it to? So let's go the idle power. No, engine doesn't turn off. Let's try control. And now we're in reverse thrust. Huh? But it says reverse thrust or we're going forward. Why is it going forward? It says reverse. So no, this plane is not even like that simmable, in my opinion. So thank you guys so much for watching this bad video. I'm gonna go cry in my room now. I'll see you guys tomorrow as always. Good night. Thank you. Thank you for watching this.